Young and the Restless spoilers reveal the tragic and complicated life of Sharon Newman, who is increasingly involved in a series of complicated events that she herself contributed to. It started with an attempt to frame Daniel, a risky move that Sharon did not foresee the consequences, but the incident quickly turned into a huge failure. Phyllis Summers, with her fierce personality and unrelenting hatred for Sharon, became a shadow that haunted her. Sharon had to face not only Phyllis, but also herself, a constant internal struggle as her spirit became increasingly weak and unstable. Sharon used to be a very stable woman, following the doctor's orders and adhering to the treatment methods. But the decision to voluntarily stop taking medication was the beginning of a series of dark days. More than just mental instability, the inability to control emotions pushed Sharon into a dangerous spiral, leading to sinful actions. Heather's accidental murder is one of the most horrific consequences Sharon could not have foreseen, and it not only causes her to lose herself but also puts her on the defensive against society. Sharon could have escaped justice if she had not tried to frame Daniel. But ironically, targeting Daniel has made Sharon even more miserable, because Daniel is the son of Phyllis, her sworn enemy. Phyllis will not let this go, and now Sharon is faced with a determined and ruthless enemy. Viewers cannot help but wonder how long Sharon can hide in this chaotic mental state. Sharon's attempt to frame Daniel is actually a silent revenge response, possibly due to the pain of loss she has suffered since Cassie's death. Emotions that have been suppressed or accumulated for a long time have begun to burst out, and Daniel seems to have become her substitute for venting her anger. But in reality, Cassie's death wasn't Daniel's fault. This anger is actually a transference of guilt over Sharon's failure to protect her daughter. The pain and loss have blurred the line between her rational and emotional, turning Sharon into a hateful and obsessive person. Mariah Copeland, Sharon's remaining daughter, is expected to play a key role in sorting out this mess. As Faith Newman grows increasingly fearful that her mother has lost control, Mariah could be the one to deliver a bitter and harsh truth to Sharon. Mariah's discovery of what her mother did would be a major turning point, as it would not only shock her but also put Mariah on an emotional collision course with her own mother. Mariah and Sharon had a complicated but also very close relationship. Sharon has seen a part of Cassie in Mariah, which only adds to the guilt and obsession she carries. If Mariah discovers her mother's terrible actions, she will have to face a harsh truth: her mother has sunk into a blind revenge that has lost its mind. This discovery may make Mariah feel heartbroken and angry, but at the same time, Sharon realizes what she has done. This awakening may be the motivation for Sharon to stop before it is too late. However, it is still uncertain whether Sharon will easily give up on revenge and accept her daughter's help. Can Mariah's love save Sharon, or will she have to face the consequences of her actions on her own? Phyllis Summers is a force that will not easily pass up any opportunity to bring Sharon down. With Phyllis's intervention and close monitoring, Sharon must always live in fear and high alert. Not only is Phyllis a lifelong enemy, she is also the one who decides whether Sharon's life will end in a dead end or not. Phyllis's provocative actions are not only reckless but also make Sharon's situation more serious and tense. In the end, the biggest question is whether Sharon can escape Phyllis and justice? Or will she have to pay the price for her wrongdoings? This article will delve into each aspect of Sharon's character, from mental instability, internal conflicts, to the consequences of hatred. Through that, viewers will have a more comprehensive view of Sharon's tragedy and the reason why she lost her way like that. Nick knows that investigating the person he once loved is not an easy thing. On one hand, he hoped that his suspicions were just a misunderstanding, but on the other hand, if what he thought was true, then Sharon had turned into a completely different person. To be sure, Nick began to collect every little piece of information he could find. Nick's internal struggle becomes intense as he is confronted with the terrible truth about Sharon. He knows that his love for Sharon cannot justify the actions she has taken. His decision affects not only Phyllis but everyone around him. Finally, Nick decides to confront Sharon and force her to admit the truth. It is an emotional moment, as two people who once loved each other are now on opposite sides, with one trying to protect the truth and the other trying to hide her crimes. Sharon, under Nick's fierce questioning, finally tearfully admits her plan. The revelation leaves Sharon devastated, and Nick, though heartbroken, knows that he did the right thing. Confronting Sharon and revealing the truth not only helps him protect Phyllis, but also gives Sharon a chance to face the consequences she will have to bear. Nick's love and compassion for Sharon remain, but he can no longer condone wrongdoing. The fallout from this incident will continue to haunt both Nick and Sharon's lives, but he hopes that, one way or another, Sharon will find a way to make amends. Will Sharon change after all this, or will she continue to fall deeper into her sinful spiral? The story is not over yet, and their future remains a big question. Subscribe to Yonder for the latest news on our channel.